Grab your glasses, everybody. It's time for a Moonshine Safari.
Welcome to Moonshine Safari, everybody. I'm Josh.
I'm Dina.
Hey, this is the 32nd episode of
32.
our crazy Moonshine Safari.
Wow.
Right. And we're not going to say anything about where you can contact us because we've said it 1,000
Oh my
times.
gosh, are you getting tired of hearing from it yet?
Right.
I mean, you know.
The previous 31 episodes, we've said it all. We're going to say it anymore.
We're not going to say that it's Instagram, and we're
You
not
know
going
where
to
to
say that
find
it's
us.
Facebook, and we're not going to say that it's the web, and SoundCloud,
Oh,
and Patreon. We're not going to say
yeah.
any of that.
You know where to find us. That's right. All right. Hey. Thank you. See, there we go. Hey, and let's
Hey.
get that out of the way. All right. Shout outs. I'd like to give a couple shout outs like we always like to do when we start our show.
Start the show.
Shout out to Zinburger, who delivered us a wonderful dinner last
Made an
night. It was
amazing burger.
amazing.
We were ever have one of those times where you just have a hankering for a good cheeseburger,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah, we're really not doing well on busting out on our
the fast.
third week of fast. Yeah, we're cheating bad, but paying for it. But Zinburger was delicious.
It was
Also,
wonderful.
we would like to give a shout out. I'd like to give a shout out to my TAC group, my Tones Acoustic Challenge group, Nutbridge and
TAC.
Saddle. Yes, the main core group was there on Saturday. Kirk and John. Shout outs, guys.
Josh had a good time.
Woo-hoo, we had fun. And Kirk, thank you for leading. John, thank you for your hospitality, and thank you your wife as well. So shout outs to you guys. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to Merch Mountain. Merch Mountain, you may say, what is Merch Mountain? Well, Merch Mountain is where I go to buy my Blackberry Smoke swag. You can also get other band stuff from Merch Mountain. But let me just tell you, every time I've ordered from them, seriously, order it within... Seriously, I would say less than an hour. I have a tracking number. It's coming. It's going, and I have it here in 2 days. It's amazing. They're that efficient. They get that stuff out like super fast.
Yep.
And it's amazing.
Cool stuff.
It's very cool. So shout out to Merch Mountain. Blackberry Smoke merchandise.
Woo woo.
Oh, yeah. Also, Dana, you have a special shout out.
I do. So, and we'll talk about this more in the music, but Robin Del Toro and myself went to see Aladdin at ASU Gamage, and they are, and everybody knows if you've listened to the previous episodes, and if you haven't, go do so. I drive a mobility scooter because I have multiple sclerosis, and they are always so accommodating and so helpful, and I could never say anything bad about how they handle the whole situation when you go to that. So I'm super grateful, and super big shout out to ASU Gamage.
Yeah. Way to go, Gamage. Way to treat my woman and take care of her.
My woman.
Thank you. Hey, we've got some new listeners as of last time. And we'd like to give a shout out to you guys. And thank you so much for following us, listening, liking, and all the things that you do. Even if you listen and just go, that's stupid, and I'm not ever going to show it back up. But thank you so much. So, Nivea Tucker, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Nivea.
Vibrance Chiropractic. I can't even speak today.
Chiropractic?
Thank you. _ Nashville.
God, that's one I'm gonna like.
Hey, thank you so much for following us. Hey, we appreciate that, Vibrance. Also, Lana Robinson Rob.
Hi, Lana.
Yeah, I think that's one of those that you just always get, Lana Robinson Rob. Okay.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean. Okay. Carrie Wicks Music.
Hi, Carrie Wicks Music.
Hey, Carrie. And Mavis Glenn Park.
Hey, Mavis.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thanks for showing up and listening and liking our stuff. I hope you're entertained.
Thank
if
you.
not,
Don't listen.
sorry.
But
Yeah.
then other people will be, so tell them about it.
No. Yeah, please. If you like the show or something, just share it with one of your friends and say, hey, these two people are kind of crazy. They got kind of a weird thing going on over there in Gilbert, Arizona. And they're just sharing their fun
Our safari.
excursions and moonshine safari
Which,
stuff.
by the way, we need to do.
Yes, we do. We need to go. Well, we have quite a lot of moonshine.
We need some other stuff.
That's right. Hey, thanks for listening and showing up. Coming right up. What are we listening to?
What are we listening to?
Wonder what. Stay tuned.
What's Dana listening to? What's Josh listening to?
All right, Josh, get moving. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dina.
And I'm Josh. Oh my goodness. Okay, hey, this is hey. What are we listening to? Dina, what are you listening to?
Well, okay, aside from my typical put it on an Amazon Music station, it's either the 80s station, sometimes it's the Blackberry Smoke station, sometimes it's the Eagle station, sometimes it's the Huey Lewis and the News station. But also been listening to the soundtrack from Aladdin because
Why? What did you...
Robin Del Toro and
Yeah.
I went to go see Aladdin at ASU Gamage, and it was amazing.
Yeah?
The I've been to several different performances, different musicals. I've been to Wicked. I've been to Chicago, just a few different ones that I really like. I'm pretty particular about which ones I go to. Aladdin was amazing visually. I mean, just the colors were gorgeous.
Well, tell them where you guys were seated.
Well, we were to the extreme left-hand side of the auditorium, but right up against the orchestra pit. So basically, I could have thrown a piece of popcorn. Not
You
that I
got
would.
the sound, like major sound, right?
But I could have thrown a piece of popcorn and hit the conductor.
Nice.
So yeah, we could see everything. It was just gorgeous. The genie was fantastic. I told Del Toro that he should get into that because he's got that kind of a personality. But yeah, it was just amazing. I can't say enough good about it. The cast was great. The music was wonderful. The colors were, seriously, they would change costumes and you wouldn't realize they were doing it until it was done and think, well, when did I miss it? And the sets and all that stuff, it was just fantastic. Like I said, I can't say enough about it.
That's awesome. Well, I did not go because that's just not one of my things. I'm not a big Broadway show kind of thing, musical kind of thing.
Right.
That's not my deal.
Which is cool.
But which is cool. Which that's kind of the thing that makes our Moonshine Safari work between Dina and I. She lets me do the things that I like to do, and I let. Oh, I'm saying let, not really let.
But we don't get uptight about
We don't get in
something
each
that
other's way.
The other person doesn't want to do necessarily.
Unless it's like going to the nudie store or something. I don't know, something stupid like that. But nudie store, is that right? Nudie store?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I've never been to one, so I don't know. Hey, I've been trying to get back into, trying to connect with Cody Jinks, and I kind of think I have some connection. I mean, a lot of his music's kind of like, like that really blue, unfortunately, depressing type of country music. He's obviously been through some stuff, or he's written about it, or he knows people, so a lot of the stuff he's writing about is pretty serious type of stuff. And it's kind of a downer type of, what I've listened to. It's kind of downing, which country music can be. That's not kind of the vibe I've been in lately, and that's probably why we're not connecting. Probably once I get into one of my moods where I'm not the happiest person in the world, maybe then
it might work for you.
it might work. I'm not
like
sure.
Air Supply when you're breaking up.
No, that never works. Okay. Also, of course, listening to Blackberry Smoke. Those are my boys. And Government Mule. I really like that song, Soulshine. But shout out to the Blackberry Smoke Brothers and Sisters fan club, official fan club on Facebook. So give them a shout out. All right, coming up, we want to tickle your funny bone, something a little less serious than what's going on in the world today. Maybe put a smile on your face. But you got to stay tuned and listen.
You gotta listen.
Yeah! Oh, no.
Hey, y'all. Do you know
Hey, y'all.
Dina gets furious at me for kicking dropped ice cubes under the refrigerator? But now it's just water under the fridge.
Hee.
It's time for Pave of the Week.
Welcome back, everybody, to Moonshine Safari from Gilbert, Arizona. Moonshine Safari Studios, if we haven't mentioned that already.
Just in case.
Just in case. You don't know where we're from, but that's where we are. Thank you for coming.
Thanks. I'm Dina.
I am Josh.
Haha.
Was, am, will be, and forevermore. Hey, it's Peeve of the Week.
It's Peeve of the Week.
Yeah. Hey, it's Peeve of the Week.
Hey. All right, so I'm going to take Peeve of the Week.
Yes, you are.
As people know, I am in mortgages. And
Me too.
I've had, over the course of 15 years, which is how long I've been doing this, I've had people ask, say, especially in the markets where, there's always an appraisal that's being done, especially if someone's getting financing, okay? So if an appraisal is being done and say your house comes in and you're selling, your house comes in, I don't know, $5,000 under. Don't let the deal fall apart for $5,000. I realize that it does take two reasonable people, but $5,000 on a, say, sorry, I did it.
Ooh, you did it.
I did it. $360,000 purchase is really not that much money. And I know it's easy for me to say it's not my $5,000, et cetera, but really to let a deal fall apart for $5,000 is a little bit silly. Okay, don't take that wrong, but it's true. And also, half the time, and this just happened, this is why I'm talking about this, half the time, the deals all end up coming back and you have to start the whole process all over again. So just FYI, that's why you need good representation. Honestly, I don't recommend a lot of people doing a lot of these transactions without real estate agents because there's a reason they're getting paid. They're an expert in something, and if they're not, you need to find a better one.
That's right.
But truthfully, $5,000 is not a lot of money when we're talking about a $360,000 purchase. So just think through that a little bit. Try to separate the emotion from it because people, we all, and that includes me, we get emotionally attached to the houses and we almost take it personally when an appraisal doesn't come in or something. Try to take the emotion part out of it and think it through a little bit better. So it's just a thought, just the peeve of the week. It just happened and
Peeve.
I'm going to have to deal with it, but it is what it is.
All right. Thanks for that, Dina. Hey, coming up, pro tip of the week. Pro tip.
Get out your notepads. It's time for pro tip of the week.
Welcome back to Moonshine Safari, everybody. Dina, what's the pro tip of the week?
Hey, so I'm talking a lot today, apparently. For the pro tip, I just wanted people to think twice when you're looking at those iBuyer commercials, those big companies that'll come in, they say they'll buy your house, it's going to be easy, it's going to be so convenient, we'll let you pick the date you close, we'll do all this stuff, and gosh, it's going to be so much better and you'll still get all the money. First of all, always remember, if something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. So, yes, is it convenient? Absolutely. Is it going to cost you? Absolutely. Usually between 10 and 12%.
Ouch.
You would actually net less than if you used a standard real estate agent. So when they give you their little examples of how it would work and they do these side-by-sides, that's assuming that your real estate agent will get the same amount of money that they're going to pay you for the house, which is not going to be the case at all. So typically it's a lowball offer, and I'm not saying you shouldn't use them. To be honest, that's not my decision to make. What I want you to do, though, is just make sure you have all the facts before you choose.
Exactly.
So all I'm saying is do your research, interview a real estate agent. Say, what do you think you get for my house? Give me a cost sheet. Real estate agents know how to do this and provide you with a sheet that'll show you about how much you're going to net. And then compare it to what you might get from an iBuyer company. And I'm using that term generically. It could be any company. There's a bunch of them. Just like I said, just make sure you have all the facts. If you're okay with netting a little bit less money in order to get a more convenient process for you, great. I just want to make sure.
Sometimes it's not a little bit less. Sometimes it's a lot less.
Like I said, it averages between 10 and 12%. So we're not talking nothing. That could be $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. It's not nothing.
It could be something significant.
But, I guess there are times in our lives where we could say it's worth it. But, okay, personally, off the top of my head, I can't think of one. That said, like I said, just make sure you have all the facts. That's all. Because the convenience that you're paying for, you are paying a lot for that.
Yes, you are.
So that's my pro tip.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Thank you, Dina, for sharing your pro tip. Hey, coming up, Josh and Dina's Moonshine Safari. What are we up to? What are we going to talk about? We have no idea.
We're thinking.
Shh. Quiet and listen. It's time for Marriage Story of the Week.
Welcome back to Moonshine Safari, everybody. I'm Josh.
I'm Dina.
Hey, this is our time.
A
Hey,
little story.
time. Hey.
You guys like that? We're gonna just keep doing it.
It's our time to tell
a
you.
little bit more about us.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's chronological,
And sometimes
and
it isn't.
sometimes it isn't.
And sometimes it ain't. And last time we spoke about my parents' illness. And, well, this time it's going to be a little more
Lighthearted.
And some of you may not like.
May not think this is funny.
This is very
but
funny.
I think it's funny.
But
and
it's
normally this
toilet-
is not my kind of humor.
It's
But
toilet humor, literally. We threatened we'd talk about some of my poop stories that we talked about, and we clarified that not Josh's personal poop.
he wants to make that clear.
Right, but circumstances where, unfortunately, I had
Josh
to
had to
deal
deal
with
with
some
the
stuff.
poop.
Right. These, actually, the very first time I actually had to deal with anything regarding that would have been when I worked at McDonald's. And that's when I was between 17 and 19, 20, something like that. I was promoted to weekend maintenance assistant dude. So when the full-time maintenance people were there during the week and they got the weekends off, I did the maintenance stuff, which was cleaning bathrooms, did a lot, blah, blah, blah.
I
blah.
remember.
Yeah, so one day someone said, hey, something happened in the women's bathroom, and I went in there and...
Something happened.
Something happened. Oh, Lord. Okay, I can even picture it today, and this has been, I'm 48 years old, and this was back when I was like, this is like 30 years ago, and I can still picture it. I can almost remember the smell. It was wicked, but someone didn't even make it on the seat. They barely probably even got their pants down, and it just like hit all in the corner, and missed the entire toilet.
That's so nasty.
And it was so much, and it was ridiculous. And, it was an explosion.
Okay, but I have to say too, this is just in general, and I probably could get some flack for this, but truthfully, ladies, we all know women can be nasty.
Oh, men's
especially-
bathrooms are gross, but women's bathrooms, in my experience, are
saying.
worse. I'm just saying, they're just worse.
And I think women know that. I mean, truthfully.
They're just worse for a myriad of reasons. We're not going to get into that because this is my poop stories.
This is the
So
poop story.
The number 2 stories, the doo-doo stories, all that fun stuff. Anyway, so I had to clean that up, and that was no fun task because I have a very
Sensitive?
sensitive gag reflex.
Yes, he does.
And
He's a sympathetic
so this
vomiter.
was not a good thing for me, but I did everything I could. Bleach, I degreaser. I mean, I even borrowed some of the female workers there, some of the coworkers, some of their perfume to go spray in there and to try and kill the smell. It was like Jerry Seinfeld's car. It would not die.
Living BO.
Oh my gosh, it was the wickedest stuff. Now, shall we move on to another poop story?
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah, beautiful story. So then now I'm working at Walgreens, right? So I'm working at Walgreens. I'm an assistant manager. I'm going back and, the store I work in is a 24-hour store. We get a lot of retirees, of course. We get everybody. So, I'm helping people. And this lady's with this elderly gentleman who needed some vitamins. And I go back to the back wall and kneel down to get the vitamins that are on the bottom shelf. And hear, well, let's just say a sound that we've all probably heard our bowels make at some point
Lord.
in our lives after maybe eating Taco Bell or
Not me.
something that didn't agree with us. And all of a sudden, the woman gets very nervous and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, we have to go." Well, they didn't go fast enough because, unfortunately, I got a whiff, and that was no fun for me, being as I was at that same level. Not a lot of fun.
He was at butt level, guys, because he was down on his...
I was helping. Yeah.
Right, on his...
Didn't help. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, another poop story. So, also at Walgreens, noticed something on the floor by the Vitamall in the back. these.
Why is it always by the vitamin wall?
I don't know. And the vitamin wall was like right in front of the pharmacy, and then the bathrooms were the public bathrooms that were back in the back, so next to the pharmacy. So see this stuff on the floor. It's kind of a trail. I'm looking. Oh, it is exactly what I think. So I follow it all the way to the men's bathroom, where apparently the person thought it would behoove them the most just to take the underwear off and throw them in the sink and leave. So now I have to deal with someone's
in the
nasty
sink,
underwear.
not even in the trash.
Nope. Are you?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're gonna throw them away, why don't you throw them away?
Don't be silly. Are you kidding? Okay. And then this one I felt really sorry for, because this was one actually on one of my new stores that I opened, and I see this lady over. She was an older lady. I was in more of a retiree kind of area of the community in Chandler. So I know she had gotten some paper towels, and she was wiping something off the floor, and it was just smearing all over the stuff. And I thought maybe she had dropped some fingernail polish, since she was in the cosmetic department. And then I looked a little closer, and I see that whatever was on the floor was coming from her leg.
Oh,
I saw it coming down her shoe, and I
lady.
walked over and I said, "Can I help you, ma'am?" She's like, "I'm so sorry." She was so embarrassed, and I don't blame her. I was like, bless her heart, because I'd have ran the hell out of there too if it was
well, now you know
me.
what happened to the guy that left his underwear in the
Woo, I would have
sink.
been like booking out of there, but I felt so bad for her. But still, I didn't feel, okay, I'm cleaning up someone else's fecal material. I'm not feeling that bad.
Well, okay, you can. It's possible to feel bad for them and still think this is nasty.
So when people say retail is a crabby job, it's true. It can be.
real?
I have had. Okay,
Come on, you gotta tell
and
the
now
big one.
this is it, right?
He's leading up to the big one,
piece de
guys.
resistance. This is the white whale. This is yeah. So I got promoted to a store out in Cave Creek, and had a couple assistants, and I had an assistant one morning come in. This was early too, because we used to open like 7. We were out there. We opened up 7 early, because everybody would have to leave that area because it was so far out in the desert to get anywhere. So we would open up early. And he comes into me and he goes, I need your help. I need you to come to the men's restroom. I go, wait, I'm the store manager. I'll go to no, that's your job. You're the assistant. He goes, no. He goes, I can't. I need you. I can't do this. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't? I mean, that's what you get paid to do. There's no can't. I mean, I was an assistant manager. I did everything. Okay. This guy's telling me he can't. I'm like, okay, that's what can't you do? He goes, no, you got to come in here. You got to see this. I'm like, you know, I don't know what to expect. If there somebody asleep in the bathroom, is there someone dead in there? I don't know. So he goes in, he goes, I can't. He goes, I'm going to throw up. I go, what? What? So we go in the men's bathroom, and I go in and so in the men's bathroom, there's only one stall and one urinal. That's the way the bathrooms are. There wasn't that store. But so I go in the men's stall. And what I witnessed was really quite disturbing.
Amazing, really.
Amazing and disturbing. And so let me just describe that what was left behind, which was all intact and was so large in girth, it could not fit down the whole of the industrial commercial toilet that we had.
Well, see, but at least you know somebody had a healthy colon.
And it was so long that it actually came up out of the water.
Wow.
The dude had to stood up and walked away from it. Like he had to detach himself from it. Like it was a docking thing. And he had to.
Okay, but how uncomfortable must he been before he did that?
How happy must he have been after?
Did you see anybody flying out?
Okay. I should have gone back and looked on the CCTV, and if you saw anybody like just floating out of the store after that, because that man would have been happy.
It.
We tease it. We actually still do. We tease our kids is like when they were younger and they would be grumpy and stuff, and we'd always ask them because usually that meant that they needed to poop.
Right, exactly.
And so when they're kind of grumpy or cranky today, we go, "Do you need to poop?
Do you need to poop?"
Are you constipated?" They get extra mad at us when we do that
because you'll be happy afterwards. We know.
Oh, so we tell them that, and they hate that. Del Toro, Robin, they hate when we do that, but we do it all the time because that's who we are. Anyway, so Back to the Lincoln Logs or whatever the heck that was. I mean, seriously, that was like it was like it was unreal.
A tree trunk, yes.
So yeah, so he can't handle it, and I'm like, it's not flushing, and I'm like, okay, I need a stick.
Nice.
I need something.
Get the stick.
I need something. I gotta. We can't leave this like this, you know. We gotta. So he goes and he gets me the handle of a plunger off the shelf. You know, the plungers that you screw into the rubber part. He just gave me the stick part, the handle part. Okay, now remember, I have a very sensitive gag reflex, and I can't look at it because even just thinking about it,
he's doing the thing,
right.
and he's already
because every time I tell the story. I start thinking about it and I start about the gag again because it's that vivid in my imagination still. So I'm facing away from the toilet because I can't look at it. Right. So, and I'm like poking down in the toilet bowl with the stick and trying to break it up to.
Okay. Here's what's funny about it. Okay. Here's what's also funny is that truthfully, I've never had to deal with what you've had to deal with as far as that stuff goes, and I probably could have handled it better.
Oh, I'm sure you could have. Well, when I first made contact, that just about sent me over the edge, and then I'm just like, okay, I just gotta go. Just gotta do it as fast as you can and just get over with. You know, it's like ripping the Band-Aid off. You just gotta go. So I'm just like, man, I'm like poking the thing as much as I can. And I'm like, okay, that's got to be enough. So I flush, right? And I got to check to see if we're clear, right? I got to check and see. And I look back.
Okay, so he keeps pausing because he's having a hard time with this particular story, guys.
Let's just say it wasn't clear, not by a long shot. And it took me a little while longer. So we're going to cut this short because I don't think I can make this story.
You can't.
So anyway, so eventually we did that. I did not actually throw up, but I scared the assistant several times, and I just told him, I said, get out, because if I do, I don't want you to see me throw up all over the bathroom, and I would just obviously get a mop and clean up anyway. So needless to say, I took care of the Paul Bunyan poop, because that was
Wow.
thing was
Paul Bunyan poop.
Yeah, if you've ever seen True Blood, Tara talks about that pig. That big MF Paul Bunyan pig. Yeah, that's what that was. That was a big MF Paul Bunyan poop. I'm just telling you, that thing was amazing. It was just, seriously, I'll never get that out of my mind.
See, and I told you, I'm not normally one for this kind of humor, but it still cracks me up. Just saying it does.
Lordy have mercy. It still gives me shivers. Anyway, so that's the poop story. Those are Josh's poop stories. I hope you enjoyed them. Hey, coming up, if you can stomach all that, we got some drinks and recipes for you coming up.
Coming up.
Stay tight.
Get out your glasses. It's time for the Moonshine Safari drinks and recipes.
Oh, that was funny because he was really having some issues.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry. Yeah, I was starting to get that. You know how you get that extra saliva building up, and that's not a good sign.
Nope.
That's not a good sign at all.
And he
it's
roars
been a little while
when he
since
vomits. I think we've been over that before.
I don't want to do
roars.
that. Anyway, so hey, thanks everybody. And this is the Moonshine Safari drinks and recipes. Don't really have a recipe, but have a little bit of a, what do you want to say, a review. Now, we really like olesmoky products.
We do really like olesmoky.
In fact, we would love to try more of the olesmoky products, but a lot of them you can't get unless you live in freaking Gatlinburg, which actually I was born really close to Gatlinburg.
Told them we should go.
Right, and we probably will, and hopefully we will, and maybe we'll take you guys with us, and if we can, do maybe some like live streaming and stuff like that, but that's for down the road. That's what we're hoping to do, maybe. But, so on a previous Moonshine Safari, Dina was scored and got us some more Hunch Punch and Blackberry and Peach, and she found something that we hadn't had before, which was the pineapple.
Correct.
Dina, what was your take on the pineapple?
When I don't typically drink any of the whiskey straight. That's just not my thing. So it's always mixed in with something. I think when you made it for me, it was mixed in with probably Sprite and like vanilla vodka, something like that. It was.
That was the first thing.
To be honest, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I tasted the pineapple. It was definitely sweet, but the flavored moonshines are sweet anyway. It wasn't bad. I just not going to sit here and tell you that the pineapple knocked me out.
Well, Robin and I both kind of noticed that it was I didn't notice any pineapple necessarily. I could smell it slightly. And it could be, I don't know. It could be just the batch. I'm not sure. Del Toro also tried and he just thought it was, and Robin both thought they were just basically just sweet.
To be fair, and I don't know how that works. It could be that pineapple's a hard one to infuse.
Could be. Not saying that it was bad. It just wasn't like a really strong pineapple. Because really, what I want to do is I wanted to try and mix that with maybe some cake vodka or like, and then put one of the moonshine cherries in there,
pineapple upside down kind of.
Yeah, like a upside down shine shot or something like that. So that was kind of our idea. So, So that one's not the one that tickles my fancy too much with the pineapple. I love the blackberry.
Like you said, we don't dislike it.
The
It's just not
blackberry
the flavor
tastes
we
so
were
good. The
looking for.
peach tastes like peach. Blackberry tastes like blackberry. That one just, I don't know. Like I said, maybe it was just the batch. I'm not sure.
Agreed.
But anyway, that's the show.
That's the show.
Hey guys, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for
all.
your time.
I hope you enjoyed our poop story. I should say Josh's poop stories. But
Yeah, my number 2. That's where,
we could do it with the kids, but they would beat us up for that.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
don't
we're
think
not going
we'd
to
do
talk
that.
about all that fun stuff. But anyway, about how we had to buy extra big toilets for some people. Anyway, okay, next time, I don't know what we're going to talk about next time, but
we'll figure it out.
Show up next week, and I don't know, same bat time, same
Bat
moonshine channel.
Yeah, there you go.
Shine happens, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Be good to each other. We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you soon.
Ciao.
Yeehaw! Thank y'all for coming by the Moonshine Safari. May your glasses be full and your hearts happy.
Hey y'all, welcome to Moonshine Safari. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as well as check the description for information on our social media sites, as well as our Patreon account to help support our adventures in the Moonshine Wilderness.